Powered by Riverside.
It's the Dynasty front office, and we are building you championships one trade at a time. I'm your host, Jesse Schneeman, and I'm here with the three best friends anyone could ever have, starting with my main man, Austin Bell. How are you tonight, Austin?
I'm good, man. I'm glad I'm your main man this week. That's what we like to hear.
Oh, is that what I said?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I'll take that throne from Chad, but I'm good, man. It's we're the thick of things. This is we're basically playoff dynasty now. So we're not quite there, but it might as well be. Yeah. And we're talking about a game, not practice. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. You know why I'm great? Because I had Lay's all-dressed potato chips today. Wow, are these things good? Have you ever heard of these?
Nope. What are they dressed with?
Barbecue, salt and vinegar, and sour cream and onion. All in the same chip. I was guessing ranch for the third one, but I looked at the back of sour cream and onion. They're phenomenal. I'm telling you, that's my new favorite chip. My old favorite chip was the queso flavor of Ruffles. They were so good. Ruffles. So good.
Ruffles have riches.
And the auspicious Chad Mendoza. How you doing tonight, Chad?
I'm great, man. I'm great. Our head coach got fired. I'm rocking the Giants hat. Couldn't be more excited about life. Everything's good. It's great.
I was just in New York. Everybody seemed to be a Bills fan.
Yeah.
That's the trendy thing
I'm
there.
going to ignore you because that's not
It is, I'm telling you.
You saw no Bills fans unless you went to Buffalo.
And Major Mike Casper. How you doing tonight, Mike?
I'm doing great. I was on the range all day. Cadets were shooting, and they actually shot pretty well. So went long. It was a lot of shooting.
Oh, that's good. I feel protected and safe.
Train the next generation. Yeah, there you go.
Nice. Right on. All right, Mike, why don't you tell people where they can find us when we're not podcasting?
Yes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook at Dynasty Front Office, Twitter X at Front Office FF. Discord, links in the description. Will be live every Thursday, followed by the pod release on Friday. Please like and subscribe. Listener League's active. We have shirts for year one players on the way, so join the Discord and become part of the family. And in this episode, we'll be bringing you the trade banger of the week, midseason rankings update for tight ends, our last one, and sold to the winning team, some contender buys, and a little pop culture fun.
This is the trade banger of the week. The one deal that's too good, too bad, or just too wild not to talk about. If you've got a trade that shook up your league, send it our way. It just might be next week's banger. All right, guys. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Oh, great, man.
Better than when Jesse asked.
Yeah, I like to ask just because I feel like you guys give me the real answer and just entertain Jesse just for the hell of it. But
I'll be honest, I'm the main man this week, so I'm gonna praise Jesse.
Yeah, what's up with that? Anyways, never mind.
Well, I'm the talent. I'm the real talent, so you have to placate the talent.
Gotcha.
That's how that goes.
Okay. Yeah. So for this week's trade banger, we don't actually have a listener email because the trade is mine. Yeah. It's one of those. I didn't get anything good, and I decided, hey, I like myself. I like my trades. I'm gonna do one of mine. And in this team, or with this team, I'm like dead last. I'm in last place. Austin, I believe, is in this league with me. And it's not like one of those teams where it's not dramatically in last place. Like I had a bunch of injuries and circumstance put me in last place. It's like very comfortably, naturally where I belong, last place. My quarterback room's like JJ McCarthy and Cam Ward. So that pretty much explains my roster. Anyways, the trade was I traded away said JJ McCarthy George Pickens and broke my heart, but I traded away Quinshon Judkins. And I received Jaden Daniels, Brian Thomas Jr., and a late 27 second. So just to tell you a little bit about my roster here, I already told you some of the things that are kind of killing it here in my quarterback room. Wide receiver room's pretty strong. Running back room, now that I gave away Quinshon Judkins, non-existent. And the guy that I'm trading with, he is a pretty healthy contender. He's trying to make a stronger push, trying to add some points. Right before we made this trade, Jaden Daniels went down. I think we've gotten a little bit of good news as far as the timeline with him coming back, but this is even before that happened. So just for a little bit of context there. So just some questions here, because for me, this was a really interesting, really close trade. It was a really hard one to make, but it just kind of fell into place. Austin, I've got an interesting one for you here. The two ends of the trade that gave me pause with this one are the two big risk points on, I guess, from my perspective. One being Brian Thomas Jr. is less of the, I'm going to take this to the house 2024 model, and more of like the 2025 brick for hands, mystical injury, sucks for some reason, Brian Thomas. The other one is that, Stefanski kind of stays in Cleveland. Or they find another head coach that's, also a kind of run first kind of guy. And we see Judkins turn into the 18 to 27 touch per game player that we think he could be. Which one is I guess, scarier for you? Which one do you think is the biggest risk on my end?
I mean, the bigger risk is moving Judkins before what I believe you're getting close to his ceiling. I saw the stat this week, actually. He's like second or third in the league in seen stack boxes. And it's not on a per rate thing, it's overall. So, I mean, he's getting touches, but he's seeing 8 or 9 defenders consistently and still putting up usable fantasy production. So if we can see that offense become decent in the passing game, not even good, just decent in the passing game, which we've seen with Stefanski multiple times. And like you said, even if they bring in another coach, there's no reason to think the passing game couldn't be again. But we just need a decent passing game, and Judkins' ceiling can become top 3 dynasty guy even by the end of this year, which the passing game likely doesn't get there. But being he is just turned 21, I mean, we have a long way to go while his dynasty window is still in that, range to where it's a top 3 running back. So that's the scarier piece. Brian Thomas, likely we don't see that kind of fall much further than he is. I mean, I think we're likely at the floor, because even in his bad games, he's still putting up decent production. So I think the scarier piece is getting off of Judkins before the ceilings is achieved.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I think about it too. I think it's tough letting him go now, and that's why I'm so broken up about it. But yeah, Jesse, I've got another question for you. It's kind of another strategic question here, but when really digging into like the meat of a rebuild, to me, it's always like a tightrope balancing act, right? You're trying to figure out if a player is one that you should hold through sell opportunities, like we talked with Judkins. Maybe that's a good candidate for that, or you part with to maybe make more moves. You carry a little bit more risk, but it also can expedite the rebuilding process. What's the kind of main key points that you're considering when you're trying to decide which category a player falls in?
So you're asking me who won the trade? No, I'm kidding. No, seriously though, can you paraphrase that question?
Yeah, so basically when you're in a rebuild, right, and you have a high quality prospect, how do you distinguish if this is a guy that you need to sell, or that you should sell it high and take a little bit more risk onto yourself to be able to make more moves, or ones that you could want a guy you should carry through the rebuild as a cornerstone piece?
That's a really good question. So I don't really view any player as a player that I have to keep. So if a player gets to what I see as his peak value, and I get an offer for that peak value, and I don't think it'll ever get more than that, then yeah, I'll probably trade him. And that could be the same with Jaden Daniels or Brian Thomas or Josh Allen. So really, there's no player that I'm saying, okay, I have to keep this guy no matter what.
Yeah.
But in this trade, if you want me to apply that to this trade, there's a running back involved. So yeah, I do kind of think to myself, with young prospects in a rebuild, I should probably trade the running back, and flip that for more assets and kind of spread that around a little bit.
Well, yeah,
Is that what you're asking me?
Well, that actually leads right into the next question I had for you, which was, if there is a position where you say, okay, this is one that I probably need to get rid of, or if they're all the same to you, if you're just looking at it from a value perspective and saying, it doesn't matter. I'm positionless. I'm just trading away players, trying to make moves to gain value.
It's mostly that, it's mostly pure arbitrage, to be honest, where I'm just trying to put the most value on a roster and then sort it out later. But yeah, I do lean towards trading away the running back.
Yeah. Mike, this one is a question that I struggled with in this trade. Asking myself this question. I have a lot of first round picks in this trade. I mean, in this league, right? I'm rebuilding. I've accumulated a number. I think I'm up to like 5 now, I think. And the guy that I'm trading with, I already have his first round pick. So that's one thing I'm looking at where I'm saying, okay, this is part of the trade for me. I know I'm making his trade. I'm devaluing the first that I already have, but with this trade, I've essentially locked myself into the 101. For you, how are you weighting your picks being very high end at the expense of making, one of your contending picks a bit weaker?
I'm always fine doing that because I'd rather have one early pick and one late pick than 2 mid to late mid picks. You know what I mean? So when I'm in a full on rebuild, I focus more on taking the points off of my roster than who I'm helping and what picks I have, right? Because at the end of the day, sometimes you're not that lucky. Whereas maybe there's the 3 guys that trade the most, and you so happen to have all 3 of their picks, but they're willing to trade you their guys that are hurt or whatever they can, so they can continue to compete, right? Because we're not in a perfect world where, not all league is like our listener league, right? Where everyone is willing to trade pretty much 24/7, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I always focus on my pick, right, which is what I can afford, and doing what you're doing here. I mean, is how you turn rebuilds around. Is you get pretty elite guys that are hurt, so they're devalued, and you're trading for those guys at possibly their lowest point besides when they were maybe initially drafted. So
yeah, it makes perfect sense.
That's how I roll it.
Just to I guess elaborate on that a little bit more. Is there a specific any scenario, right, where I know this trade is being done kind of in the middle of the season, right? So we have a little bit less, I guess, data on how the draft is really going to look, the upcoming draft, right? But as we're getting to the end of the season and we're making those like last second playoff trades and you're a rebuilding roster, in that specific scenario, are you looking at the draft class and you're saying, okay, do I need to strategize where these picks are based on how I think my tiers are going to work out? Or are you just saying, hey, we don't really know enough yet. I'm just gonna, stick to my guns here, try to make my first as early as possible, as you were saying.
I mean, like you guys know, I'm not the all-in college expert of who's going to be what in the upcoming rookie draft, but I do. Towards midseason is when I try to put my kind of ear to the floor, right? I feel like everyone's been knowing to hunt 2027 picks, I feel like, since week 1, right? Where it's not been the same for 2026. So, I it does take a little bit part, right? And I think we know, right, from the 2026 draft that 101 is going to be really important. So if I were in your shoes, I wouldn't want to do anything to risk it maybe being the 102, 103 with some of the players are there outside of Love, right? So that's my thought. And what came to mind when you said, well, it all but secures me the 101. And I'm like, oh yeah, well then that's easy. Based off of what little I know out of some of the guys that could be coming out of the coming class. Cause it's not a great QB class. I mean, I think pretty much everybody knows that. So you're not going to have what we did, 2 years ago in the quarterback class. So.
Well, and speaking of locking myself into the 101, the guy I'm kind of boxing out here now that I'm looking at the standings is Austin Bell,
Yes,
who
sir.
is in
Yeah,
second to
solid
last
move.
place in that
Yeah.
league. Yeah, so that makes it even more intriguing. It's something I'm enjoying a lot more now than I'm looking at it. So, but yeah, I'd like to actually get Austin your opinion, and then Jesse, I'll come to you afterwards on it. But how do you play that kind of game? Is that something that I know you care more about the college scene at this point, but is that a game you're really playing, or are you just kind of sticking with the game plan as far as how you see the picks, early, mid, or late?
Overall, give me any pick. I don't really care, but because we don't know what we're doing when it comes to the picks, you can spend hundreds of hours and you draft this guy at 103 and you feel great and you realize you should have taken the guy that went 110. But that being said, in terms of value, which is in my opinion, the best way to play Dynasty, of course you want your pick earlier. Even if that does mean another pick you have becomes, instead of the 109, the 112, that you're not going to be able to pay that difference from the 9 to the 12 to go from 102 to 101. So I would much rather go ahead and secure my 101 than worry about if my pick, the other first I have, is 9 or 12. Because let's be honest, nobody knows what's going to happen in the playoffs. I've watched teams that I was 28-0 going into the playoffs and lose the first matchup. And I've watched teams where I've been the 6th seed and won the championship. So we don't know when that comes. Yep. So at the end of the day, control what you control. Like Mike said, get that 101, figure the rest out when the time comes.
That's a great way to look at it. Jesse, anything to add on that front?
No, it's well said.
Sweet. All right. Well, now it's, I guess, talking about the specific trade. Let's go through who won. So again, we've got me trading away J.J. McCarthy, George Pickens, and Quinshon Judkins. I received Jaden Daniels, Brian Thomas Jr., and a 27 second. Jesse, who won the trade? Just say it.
I like team 2. Sorry, I just think there's a lot of depressed value there that's gonna bounce back, and it's not even going to take a year for you to look at this and be like, And also, I think it's well known that you're a J.J. McCarthy lover. I think you overvalue him a little.
Well, he traded him away. He got J.
Oh, you're team 2?
Yeah, I'm team 2.
All right, you won.
Never mind, Jesse's team 1 now.
No. I think team 2 got a lot of depressed value, and it's going to look a lot better in time, and not a lot of time, actually. Once those players get healthy, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, Austin, how do you feel about it?
J.J. McCarthy is the piece here. We didn't really discuss that aspect of the trade, but if he becomes close to a top 12 dynasty quarterback, team 1 runs away with this trade. But if he doesn't, which is, we've seen about a mixed bag at this point, then receiving Jane Daniels and Brian Thomas for what you gave up feels phenomenal. So on the safety side, I'll take team 2, but team 1 getting that return is very interesting and will absolutely help him try to bring home a ship this year.
Yeah. There's so many variables in it. Of course, we've talked about these these players specifically at nauseum. Maybe sans JJ McCarthy is the one. So I'm glad you brought him up. Mike, how do you feel? And go into as much detail as you want here.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. Kind of going back to the question that you asked Jesse, right? I do feel like the running backs are the ones that I trade away in a rebuild at as close to their peak as possible almost every time. And if I can, I like to build my rebuilds quarterbacks first and then wide receivers second, and then by that time you can fill in with the running backs there to make yourself competitive again. So I still believe in Jaden Daniels and Brian Thomas, and it's been a down late year, and I honestly think this could be the lowest you could possibly get them. So
yeah, the fact that it was like the non-throwing arm that got hyperextended for Jaden Daniels, yeah. I mean, that was the perfect buy opportunity in my mind, and that's why as soon as it happened, because I was watching it live and it happened, and I was like, every league, I'm going to try to go get this guy because it is a non-throwing hand, and some people are going to ignore that. Some people are just going to say, his arm is hyperextended, he's gone. Yeah, it looks bad. let me go ahead and try to move him for a piece that can provide me with some points now. So, yeah, I can totally see where you're coming from there. All right.
I will say though, with the running back thing, I've made 2 exceptions in my life, and those were both Gibbs and Bijan. So anywhere that I got those, and I happened to be rebuilding in quite a few teams when those guys were coming out, and I got quite a bit of those. I have Bijan and Einstein, that kind of thing. I held them. I didn't trade any of those guys in any of those leagues because I really did view those 2 specific running backs as cornerstone pieces.
Well, and Quinshon Judkins could be that guy, which is the reason why it was so tough to trade him away. I do think that he has the opportunity to be that kind of rare back that sees those 25 to 27 touches a game, talking about rushes and targets. But it's still tough with a running back, especially with Stefanski being in flux here. If they bring in a guy that has a different view of offensive function, then we could really see that role dwindle and more of the passing role take dominance to it. So I think there is some risk there, but I do think Quinshon Judkins could be that kind of player.
Yeah, I mean, maybe more of a Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
That kind of production without a whole lot of passing.
Yeah, those guys are getting incredibly rare to find now. And it's tough letting them go. But yeah, I appreciate the insight. I'm glad we got to talk a little bit more strategy and less about the trade, because I feel like we've talked about these guys, specifically quite a bit. But yeah, it was fun digging into it with you guys. I'm just gonna say here, if we do like to, we much rather take on trades from our listeners. We didn't get any that I thought would be interesting enough, but if you do have a trade, please do send it to us in the Discord or the or through our email at dynfo.official@gmail.com. Again, that's dynfo.official@gmail.com. Or again, join the Discord, hit us up in the Discord, talk to us, send it over, or we're happy to chat about it then too.
All right, Austin, you got our tight ends, right?
Yes, sir. It's finally time to discuss tight ends. Sorry, you caught me off guard here. So we have our risers and fallers.
You sure you're ready to talk about tight ends?
Yeah, I pressed the wrong button. We're good to go now. I mean, really, we'll just start with Jesse. Who is your biggest riser?
My biggest riser, I guess, was Pitts, up 11 spots to 6.
Ooh, 6.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, he's my biggest riser, but the guy that rose to the highest spot, I guess, would be Kraft. He moved up 5 spots to 4. And that's more of a name that I would rather. Well, I'd like to talk about both of those guys, actually. Let's talk about Pitts first. Do you guys believe in this season? Like, is he truly like a just right outside the elite tight end kind of guy?
I mean, he's outside the elite, yes.
Yeah.
So and really, and I say that kind of.
I mean,
just
outside.
Well, I say that kind of as a joke because who cares after those elite guys? Now, the good thing about Pitts is he can get into that elite tier because of the namesake, because of the draft capital, and because of the affinity that, well, at one time all dynasty managers had for him. The issue is dynasty managers are stubborn. They're going to have to see it for longer than just part of a season or one season. So yes, he absolutely can jump into that, tight end 4, 5, 6 range for most people, but I don't think just one season does that.
Yeah, he's tight end 14 on the season, so he's not super lighting it up. Like,
right.
He's just finally been usable.
Tight end 1. Yeah, he's definitely more usable than I feel like he's ever since his rookie year, right? So
yeah.
Depends on the premium. In some leagues, I have him around tight end 10, but even then, like the difference between tight end 10 and tight end 15, 16, 17 is like 7 points, 8 points. Yeah.
So, but he's one of those guys where, I just brought up Tucker Kraft as well. I had him at 10 or 9, and now I've him at 4. So he was another one of those guys that was outside of the elite that jumped up into the elite that had the ability to do that. So I guess I'm kind of interested in those guys hovering around that Pitts, Kincaid, was Tucker Craft area. Is Tucker Craft still like? Do you guys have him in that range? First of all, and is he still there after the injury?
Yeah, he's still 4 for me because no one deserves to jump him.
Mm-hmm.
The only name that I can imagine jumping him by the end of season is Gadsden.
Wow. What about Laporta?
No. I mean, one, his production hasn't done enough.
What if
So
Loveland keeps it up?
Yeah, Loveland. Actually, yeah, that's another name that can absolutely be in the discussion, for sure. It's no reason not to with Komet having a out this year coming up. So yeah, that would be another name. But those 3 guys specifically and Kraft, I don't see Pitts hardly ever jumping him outside of him being the 1B in that offense for the foreseeable future. And I don't know if we're getting that consistently.
So would you, as a contender right now, you have Kraft. You really don't have much as a backup. Like you're struggling with like K-Dot or whatever as your backup. You need to make a move. Would you trade Kraft for Pitts or Laporta?
I mean, plus for both. Yeah, plus for both still.
And if I told you TS straight up,
I'm going to go somewhere else.
okay.
I offered Kittle straight up and no premium, and I thought that was interesting for someone that was in first place that lost Kraft.
He's not producing enough for me to want to do that.
Yeah.
If he was producing like, Kittle of the last 5 years.
I mean, he just got back from injury, so.
Okay, but still.
That doesn't help your case.
Yeah, but yeah,
right, exactly.
Yeah. As the number one, you want to see the production before you make a move on somebody. That's not the time to take the risks.
And he could completely expire at any moment.
Yeah. Sam Laporta is interesting. I feel like I've been pretty consistently lowest on Sam Laporta.
You hate his guts.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the offense has kind of prioritized him in a lot of ways. After Amon-Ra, so it's tough. It's tough because who knows what that offense is going to look like next season. I just hate that there's no consistency with how it's looking year to year, right? It's last year he was deprioritized. This year magically he's prioritized again, and then we have Jameson Williams non-existent in the passing game, barring last week. I think it was his big game, right?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe that continues and we see a little bit of change in the season. But if not, and we do see Sam Laporta finish the season the way he's starting it so far. I mean, it's kind of hard to not have him neck and neck with Tucker Kraft for me.
Yeah.
I don't think it's magic. I think it's a play caller change. So Ben Johnson left. Johnny Morton is the new play caller, and Laporta gets prioritized. Johnny Morton gets demoted last week, and head coach, his name is
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell, seen on the sideline calling plays, and all of a sudden JMO's prioritized. So it was
less about Jameson Williams, and more about like Sam Laporta, because even with Ben Johnson, we saw, Sam Laporta kind of up and down a little bit.
True, he had a really good year with him.
Yeah. So it's just interesting to me. I would love to see a little bit more consistency from him year to year, but he's still a really young player. I think for me, he's going to end up likely a scenario neck and neck with Tucker Kraft, probably dead even.
Laporta and maybe Kincaid are probably 2 of the better buys out there at tight end. If you want to speculate on somebody that's young and could still be a great player.
Kincaid's hurt right now too, so if you're able
but he it looks like it's just going to be a short term, so even better buy if you can.
Yeah.
All right, next up, did anybody else not have Kraft as one of their biggest movers? I'm assuming we all.
Yeah, no, I had him.
I think we all have him at 4 now. So
yeah.
Well, Jesse, go with your next one. You did so good there. You nailed everybody's. Who's your next big mover?
Oh, me again. I guess Brenton Strange. Not really somebody I wanted to talk about that much because he's hurt, so he doesn't really have.
He's supposed to be coming back this week. He's practicing. Yeah. He's designated to return and practicing.
Finally, he looked good early on.
Yeah.
He looked good last year in his limited usage. I think he's something that Trevor could really, really use right now. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I expect him once he's at full speed. You know, it might not be week 1, but to get peppered at some point with targets. I mean, look what's been happening with Parker Washington.
Yeah, I mean, he's looked pretty good though. I'm gonna be honest.
He's always been a good player. I can't believe he went undrafted. Couldn't believe it at the time.
Yeah, true. Strange was one of mine as well. I already had him pretty high, but he was one of my bigger movers up. He's at 15 for me as well. Mike, who you got?
So some of my big movers, and I think we'll hit a lot of it, but I do have a point I want to make was Gadsden from 31 up to 7. And then I had Harold Fannin from 29 to 10. And I feel like with this tight end class, and it was the same thing I feel like the year before last, but I might be wrong, is, gosh, I late seconds and any third round pick, if any of these like tight ends in the future are there, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna hit tight ends there because of what we've seen from Kraft and Gadsden and Fannin. It's just all these guys that are consistently taken in almost the third round or later of most rookie drafts, that just their value is exploding, right? So, you know, I'm gonna avoid the 6th round running back most of the time, you know, with those third round picks and hit the third round tight end or whatever the case might be in the future. I think is,
yeah, I mean, Strange is
how I'm going to do it. Yeah. Exactly. So I feel like I've just seen it. Maybe it's recency bias, but it feels like it's been a consistent theme of something I want to focus on in the future with how these guys are really breaking.
Good way to play Dynasty, because a lot of people don't outside of the top tier. Like you said, you get them in the 3rd and 4th a ton, and it doesn't take a lot for tight ends to become valuable.
Yeah,
I hammer late round tight ends.
Well, same here. I mean,
I have so much Fannin, and Gunnar Helm's a name to keep an eye on too.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, here's the thing with these guys, like, and this is the part that is so perplexing to me. We saw it like years ago with the quarterbacks, where, you know, a lot of the quarterbacks that were being drafted that just weren't popular were going early 2nd round, late 2nd round. We had, like, you know, Justin Herbert going 111, 112 consensus in rookie startup drafts and Superflex. That's kind of shifted away because people are realizing how stupid that was.
Did it with Dart, but yeah.
Yeah, they did it with Dart, yeah. But
and
I mean,
Penix and
well, Penix wasn't.
There was another guy last year.
Penix was like circumstantial, right? Everybody thought Kirk Cousins still had time left, but and Dart was late first. But I'm talking about like early 1st round picks. If they weren't popular years back, they were still pushed way later. Daniel Jones going in the middle of the 2nd round kind of stuff. Where I'm going with this is like the tight ends. If you really know these players, they were good players. Like, there's no reason why Gadsden shouldn't have been drafted in rookie drafts, where I'm picking him up on the waiver wire consistently across leagues. But there's no reason. Like, if you watch this player play, he is a really, really good player. So I would just say with these tight ends not a position that's prioritized in the NFL draft by teams. It's just not. So you're going to have some tight ends that are pushed back into the 4th, 5th round that are really, really good players, especially in a class like this. So just do your homework and look at these guys and say, hey, I know consensus is kind of ignoring these guys. That's when I need to make my move, because you could have realistically walked away with Fannin, Gadsden, Arroyo, and Gunnar Helm for like a 3rd and 3/5, right? Like,
yeah, Fannin was one that I loved. I just never had picks there, and every time I was trying to get a pick, I was like, "Damn it, why can't I get back in to get Fannin?" So it's like I'll be more stingy about asking for thirds in future trades, so I can do that next time.
Mm-hmm.
And Mason Taylor to that list as well. When we talked about this preseason, you guys said I had all of those guys too high, and it's because I know that if any of them hit, this is what happens. So I have them all grouped together. I was too low on Gadsden for sure, but I got my shares of him in my rookie drafts. I was too low on him in the rankings for sure. I love late round tight end, and this year is just such a kind of a magical year for that. You know, I think Fannin, Mason Taylor, Gadsden, these guys are all for real, and they're going to be top tight ends for years to come, top 10 tight ends for years to come. Arroyo and Ferguson have shown really nice flashes. The problem with LA though is that they use 4 tight ends, so it's really tough to start any of them.
Yeah, but he's getting 95% plus snap rate, so it's not really an issue for
Matter of
him.
time.
Like he's out snapping every receiver.
Higbee's always
they wanna
broken. Yeah.
If they want to keep calling these big slots or big wide receivers tight ends, great, awesome. I'll get wide receiver production out of them because that's kind of what's going on with a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
That's our tight end discussion. That's the upside, guys.
That's right.
Well, I haven't gone yet, but
No, I was about to tell you. I was going to say it's your turn.
Yeah. No, I was kind of just joking.
So yeah, we've touched on all the guys that I have here, except for 2 of them. And one of them is Jake Ferguson. I was low on Jake Ferguson. I just didn't see it. I know Austin tried to talk me into it a couple of times. But yeah, I've moved him away in a couple leagues. Luckily, nobody else wanted him either, so I kept him in a couple leagues. But he's looked really good. He's looked really good, and I wonder if that's a byproduct of Lamb being hurt, and then maybe even with him coming back, I don't know if this production is going to be able to be sustainable, but I hope it is. Because he's looked really good, like I said. And then the other one for me, this is more me cheating the system a little bit here, less about the number of spots moved up, more about the quality of the spot moved up, and that's Tyler Warren moving from 3 to 2, jumping
Brock Bowers.
No, not Brock
McBride?
Bowers. Yeah, McBride for me.
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah. Yep. So I have them all 3 in the same tier. I'm happy with all 3 of them. I still think Brock Bowers is the most talented player of the 3, and that's why I have him in the front. Even though I really, really like the McBride the McBride situation, I'm going to wait to see who his quarterback ends up being. I really love all 3 of these guys. I just think the stable situation of the Colts is awesome. Tyler Warren is so consistent, and everybody in that offense is eating. It's not like he's being hyper targeted. He's just a hell of a player in a really defined role like everybody else in that offense. And I think he's so safe.
I was so big on Trey McBride, but watching Brock Bowers is different.
Mm-hmm.
He's the most talented tight end in the league because he's also not just a big receiver either. He's also a tight end. Also so is Tyler Warren as well. That'll keep him on the field, but Bowers is just so good, just big and fast and bowls people over. That one touchdown when he really came back the week, he had 2 touchdowns, or was it 3? Oh, and then he had the toe tap on the sideline.
He's incredible. He's incredible.
Yeah, he's just, to me, he's the most talented in the league.
Yeah, I agree. It's my turn, I guess. The only name that I really have as a big mover is Juwan Johnson. I got him up to 20, and he was 36 for me previously, but he's like tight end 5 on the season, and he just keeps producing every single week. I guess at some point we have to take it serious. Anybody else believe that he can be a real guy going forward?
Is he signed after this year?
That's a good question. Y'all talk. I'll figure it out.
All right. I mean, he's
a tough one because it's all about the name value with him, right? Like if you can get him cheap and you're competing, he's like the perfect guy because you can likely get him, on a decent amount of teams or off of a decent amount of teams that are, not competing rosters. Cause I don't think a lot of people saw him being a piece that you needed on those kind of rosters. Which is just perfect. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch enough of
Saints. You don't watch the Saints every week
of the
Chad?
Saints to really make a judgment call on that. I definitely need to though, because he's a guy I don't have very many shares of, and if he does take off, I can imagine this buy window not being very, very long. So definitely the production has been awesome.
Athletic player, makes big plays. He's, I believe, second in the league in drop rate.
Yeah. I mean, he only has 60 targets and 43 catches, so I feel like it can't be that high of a drop rate.
I believe that's what I heard on reception perception.
Yeah. he does have. So he just signed a contract this offseason. I thought that's what it was, 3 years,
Uh-huh.
$30 million. So he's got this year and next year for sure, and then they do
Okay.
have it out after next year.
He is 29. I didn't realize he was
Correct.
that
He is
old.
29.
Yeah,
I was
yeah, he's an
kinda-
older
That's
guy.
fair. I
There-
give up a couple thirds for him.
Did you give up a second?
I think
Yeah,
I think it's going
a
to take
second.
more than
Yeah, I think
more
it's-
than thirds.
There's other tight ends I'd rather have for my second. Like,
I
got it.
agree. I agree. There are other options I'd rather have, but again, it's that's easy to say in a vacuum, right? But a lot
Sure.
tougher to say in a league.
He's producing
where-
it.
Yeah. The interesting thing about him though, and I love talking about circumstances of players because the Saints are the situation, probably most extreme in the league where there's going to be so much turnover, so much change in that offense. It could look completely different a year from now than it looks right
Yeah.
now. So is that a player that I'm willing to invest in and hope the future outlook looks the same as what we're seeing right now? I don't know. But again, I have no shares, so I can't really. I'm probably a little bit biased on that.
I have a couple shares that I lucked into off of waivers, and I would trade it for a couple of thirds probably.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not a contender, it's definitely the smart move to make because, as we just discussed, you can draft guys like Fanning and Gadsden and Helm and yada yada in the thirds if you're not contending. But as a contender, I think paying 2/3 for the production you're getting in the tight end position, especially in a bigger premium, is also smart.
They could easily draft. It doesn't even have to be another tight end, just other weapons that they prioritize more in the passing game next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, they're going to be drafting. They're going to be bringing in guys. The offense is just so depleted at this point that it's going to look different.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you though what you thought about Shuck.
Me?
He's got you guys in
Okay.
general. He's got 2 games under his belt. I thought he looked pretty good last week.
Yeah, I mean, he looked really, really good, to be honest.
Yeah.
For what I expected a below average quarterback in his second game, and he evaded pressure really well. He was able to move up and down through the pocket, which is really unorthodox for rookie guys to be able to do well, and then still looking up the field to find his targets and throw. I mean, most of his big plays came after he evaded pressure in the pocket to find an open window for a receiver or a tight end. So, I mean, that's exciting to see because most rookies, though he is 26, still a rookie.
Yeah.
That's promising because that's usually a really tough thing for rookie guys to come in and quickly do.
Yeah, if he can keep this up, keep the ground rolling, or hit the ground running, keep the ball rolling.
Keep the ground. If he can keep the ground rolling, I'm like, that's pretty impressive if he can do that.
Keep his balls.
Limit the turnovers. But I mean, he's still playing big boy ball. Threw the ball downfield, deep strike to Olave. I mean, it's not just thinking the kind of training wheel stuff.
Yeah.
So pretty excited. Would you guys look to try to trade some of your shares off if this keeps up?
Yeah, I mean, you got to move some unless you believe in the player enough.
I mean, it depends on how much you have, right? Like you can, I mean, if you've got 30%, 40% share of them across your leagues, and sure, yeah, you should get rid of some. But I mean, if you've got one and you like him,
I'm pretty sure
on him, right? Like
I'm pretty sure Jesse's just telling us how he's going to dump Tua and he's going to adopt Shook as his son now. We know how much you loved him, Jesse. So he's going to be your new stepson, and Tua's going to the orphanage.
I've already built bunk beds.
Oh God,
Bunk beds.
So you're keeping Tua?
Yes. I'm like, look, it's my son.
I would caution anybody that holds a decent share of Tyler Shuck at this point, just because the pick's high. The pick's high. Yeah. If they fall in love with the quarterback, they're Tyler Shuck's not doing enough over the course of a season to dissuade them from taking a guy. We've seen it with other teams, even the Cardinals with Josh Rosen, right? Josh Rosen had one bad season to play. They took Kyler Murray. If they fall in love with a player, they're just going to do it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things you don't want to be caught holding the bag with, 3-4 shares across, 6 or 7 of your leagues, or the 6 or 7 leagues that you have, and out all that value, right? So maybe cut down a little bit if that's you. I don't imagine that's a ton of people, but yeah, if you've got one share, you like him, I like him. I've got a share or two. I'm probably gonna just hold out and see what happens. He's a fun player, and it'll be nice to see if they commit to him.
I'm not looking to get out for the second mid to
No.
late second that I paid.
No,
Absolutely not.
It has to be a decent profit, whatever that looks like.
You just got to hope it gets to that point of a
Right.
decent profit. That's the thing, because it can go quickly below the value of a second as well.
But if it never gets there, then so many mid to late seconds don't hit anyway. I'm not crying.
Yeah. But it's also one of those things too where, like, it doesn't have to be a pick, right? Like if there's another player devalued that you like, sometimes it's not just taking the value of a pick for what you paid, right? Because you probably paid a second to get in. But if you can get a second value for another player that you feel should be worth more than a second, then are you really getting a second, right? So just explore other options. It's not impossible to get rid of some players just because you're getting what you paid, essentially.
All right, good. I'm glad we got that conversation in. I was just curious about that, since he did come in and play unexpectedly well.
Yeah,
Did.
it did.
Anybody got anybody else we haven't talked about? Whether it's a riser or a faller?
Just the one for me was my big L in the tight end market was Ferguson. I thought it'd be really hard for Dak to support Lamb, Pickens, and Ferguson, and he's doing just fine. So I bumped Ferguson from 18 to 8, and he had also, like, right after we had done our rankings, he'd gotten the extension too. So he's got that insulation with Dak, and he's doing just fine. Did have that one
Doing
donut,
just
though,
fine.
didn't he? Yeah. Well, yeah.
Last couple weeks, their
Yeah.
offense looked like
Not great, Bob.
garbage.
Not great.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
You guys are okay with that?
Yeah. Eight's about where I have them too. So, anybody
We
got
hit all the
anybody
names,
else?
all the risers
Okay.
I wanted to talk about.
No, that's
Yeah,
Is
it.
that
I'm
all
followers
we
now.
want to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay, what you got for me, Jesse?
Just some really sad stuff going on with the likes of Mark Andrews. First of all, I mean, he's down to 34 for me.
Shoo.
Wow.
Kittle's.
So you just don't want him, is what you're getting at. Like, you just not going to roster him.
I'm just so afraid that this is absolutely his last year. I just don't think that
You don't
the
think it's because
Ravens
of
want him.
Lamar? Like,
I don't think the Ravens
Being
want him
injured
back.
for a lot of the season.
yeah.
No, I think he's fine for this season. I don't think that the Ravens want him back, and I just don't think that just another team is going to sign him on. And
Oh, you're
Make him a-
crazy.
Yeah,
part
I
of
think
his-
another
He's-
team is gonna. I think
Jump
a bunch
so
of teams are gonna
fast.
jump through hoops
Yeah.
for him. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that would surprise me if he's not dust.
I mean, he's just shown. Yeah, but we've watched plenty of tight ends in their early 30s give up great fantasy production.
It's
So, I
true.
mean, just a bad half of a season.
I'm just getting out on him wherever I can.
At 34, you're definitely getting out on him. Like you want Jatavian Sanders above him. That's what you have. Like that tells me everything I need to know.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I probably have to take Sanders out of there. He's kind of a dud, right?
Yeah. I don't know. The whole offense, passing's a dud right now. So I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah. And Kittle. Yeah,
Kittle.
We're witnessing the decline because now we're not getting the elite. Although with Purdy back, that could change because they have a connection. Kittle's production definitely ticked up when Purdy came in, and not so much with Mac Jones.
Yeah. Okay. Mike, anybody else?
I don't have any big followers now, so I feel like they can.
Okay.
They kind of
Chad?
take their piece.
I've got a few here. I've got Mark Andrews. You just said that. I've got Evan Ingram, 11 to 22. Yeah. I thought he'd be better, and it's not looked great.
No,
So that sucks.
he doesn't look like he knows how to run routes or catch.
Yeah.
Run routes.
Well, we
Sorry,
always
that sounds
knew he
like
didn't know
Evan
how to
Ingram.
catch.
Yeah.
Run routes.
Gosh.
Yeah, if he can't run a route, he cannot do
Yeah,
anything
if you
good.
can't run on routes, then you're done.
Yeah.
Ah,
You
you
have
guys
to get
came
some
around.
limbs.
My other big faller was Theo Johnson. I'm sure you guys could have guessed that.
Can you tell me why,
So,
Chad? I need to know mine.
I had him at 23 in preseason. I'm at 30 now.
I was gonna say the
Um,
unranked.
I was waiting for you to say he's not on my board.
And it's because he sucks. He sucks. No, like,
Can you explain?
like, no, I'm literally explaining it right now. He sucks. Like, that's just the end of it. Like, he's just he's a bad football player. And this fantasy production that he's getting right now is going to trick a lot of people. He is a really bad football player. Guys, I watch every Giants snap. I love the Giants. He is a terrible football player.
What should I sell him for?
Anything you
Any
can get.
second you can get, yeah. You think he is?
Okay.
I would.
I mean, he is
personally.
tight
I'm
end
not-
12 on the season.
If you,
that's what
yeah,
I'm
I know.
saying. I think you can definitely get a second.
He's got the production. He's got the production. He's a terrible football player. So yeah, I
Smack
mean,
your mom on the sidelines or something. Like, jeez.
he might as
dropped-
well have.
He's dropped a lot of really. He's had some bad.
No, it's not even like he's dropped a lot of really important passes. He's just dropped a lot of passes. He just drops everything. It's like every easy pass that he gets, it's a coin toss if he's gonna drop it. He's so bad. Like
I mean, he was really raw coming out. This is kind of why I thought it would take him a while. I mean,
I think it's
going
gonna take him a while too, like forever. Like he's so bad.
Jesse,
Yeah,
this has to be a clip, Jesse, now of Jad's talking Theo Johnson.
I mean, it's
gonna be great.
I really would love to love Theo Johnson. I would love for him to be a good football player.
Would you trade him for Ferguson?
For Terrence Ferguson?
Terrence Ferguson.
I mean, I'd probably want a little bit more just because I don't think there's a lot of Giants fans out there that are
Okay. Would you trade him straight up for Arroyo?
Oh yeah, heck yeah, I would.
Okay.
Heck yeah, I would. Yeah,
that's the line.
I don't think he's a good football player. I would take literally any fair value trade. I think I've said this once already. I'm probably going to keep saying it every time he's brought up. If you see that I have Theo Johnson in a league, which there are plenty of leagues where I do have Theo Johnson, and you want him, give me a fair trade and I will take it. I'm not even picky. Just a fair deal. Right? Plug it into whatever calculator you like. And I'll probably take it. God, he sucks.
Nice. This sounds like
it doesn't sound personal. I'm gonna be honest with you. It seems like this is hard evidence.
I would really like to like him, and
it sounds like Gabe
such
Davis
high hopes
level.
for him.
I mean, this is the same rant that I got.
Like Gabe Davis.
That I got on Gabe Davis.
And what happened
the
to Gabe
Chad
Davis?
All Sucks team?
And what happened to Gabe Davis?
Wide receiver got the tight end.
Everybody paying second round picks for Gabe Davis, and I tried telling everybody. I was like, look, guys, I drafted more Gabe Davis than anybody. I had a million shares coming out of the draft and like getting him in the 4th round. You guys are crazy if you're paying a second for Gabe Davis because he sucks. And he does. He sucks. He's on the practice squad somewhere.
He is
in Buffalo, actually. He's on the
And you know
practice
what? You know what? That's a good call out because Theo Johnson will probably be joining him in Buffalo on the practice squad at some point in the future. That's Joe Shane roots. So I imagine that's their destiny. Yeah, he sucks. Anyways,
Is
my
Joe Brady?
evaluation.
Is Joe Brady going to be your next head coach?
Ooh.
No, I don't
Probably
think so.
so.
No,
I
I don't
think so.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think Joe Shane is a smart enough guy to understand how awful of a look that would be.
Oh, it would be
Like
terrible.
they would kill him if he did that. Like he would be murdered if he brought in Joe Brady. Anybody that's ever said the word Buffalo, if he brings them in, like it's gonna be bad. They better have never been to Buffalo ever in their life, because the New York media will find out. They'd be like, "This dude went to Buffalo on vacation in 2013. There's some tie here, some kind of like corporate nepotism."
That is some New York media right there.
If I were you, I'd be hunting Clint Kubiak personally.
That's who I think. I think it's going to be Clint Kubiak or you know what? This sounds crazy right now, but I think it could happen if the rest of the season goes decently well. I think they could bring the current guy in there right now to take over. I'm
the
blanking on his name just because I'm
OC
so
from-
mad at Theo Johnson right now. Yeah.
The
God, former
Oh,
quarterback.
Mike Kafka?
Mike
Yeah,
Kafka.
Kafka-esque? Really?
Yeah.
You're
And
gonna-
it's funny.
you're-
It's funny too because Kafka got such a bad rap as the OC here because Dayball hated his guts. Apparently, this is like
Didn't they work
apparently like
together
an
in
abusive
Buffalo?
relationship or something going on.
Uh,
I don't know if he beat him in the locker room or something. Anyways,
I don't know.
no, there's just a lot of reports coming out about how Dayball's temper was ridiculous. But
You're right having a former Eagles quarterback as your... I mean, it's a former Eagles draft pick.
I don't care.
Quarterback as your head coach.
Does he win games or not? I don't care.
I
Does
don't
he
know, probably
play
not.
Theo Johnson or not? That's really what Chad wants to know.
I was gonna say, if you
Okay.
ever want to derail the podcast in the future, just mention Theo Johnson. And then
You know
we'll
what
get
though?
the
I was
coaches.
so I was so happy when Brian Daboll got fired, and this is probably way too much Giants talk right now, but I was so happy when Brian Daboll got fired. I mean, not on a personal level, right? Like I don't know him.
You were
but
kind of personally happy too. We
He's-
could see it. It's
yeah,
okay.
He's fine.
It's
He'll have
okay.
millions of
I think
dollars
you
to
want
make
him
up
that.
for it.
he's hurt me a lot more than I've hurt him by wishing him wrong. So, anyways, he's done a lot more awful things to me. And so when I was reading a report after he got fired, and it was saying that him and Kafka, or he started screaming at Kafka, they got into a screaming match, and he threatened to take play calling away from him after Theo Johnson dropped a pass. And I was like, that was the one time where I was like, did we fire this? Did we make the right decision here? Because if he sees this, and I want to know who thinks Theo Johnson's a bad football player. I trust their decision making a little bit more. So I'm worried Kafka believes in him, because if so, it's not going to go well.
Wow.
All right. Speaking of letdowns, my second biggest faller was David Njoku.
Oh,
Had him
yeah,
at
it's
10
rough.
preseason. Apparently swapped him with Harold Fanning at 10, and Njoku's now at 21. Been a rough season for him. The offense is terrible, and he's just been outclassed by a rookie at this point.
Yeah.
I guess the
And
hope,
he was
the hope
excited
is
to
that he goes
stay.
somewhere else.
He was excited to not be traded. I'm like, what?
Poor
But
guy.
he's getting paid good money to.
Well, yeah,
not do
but to
anything, I
stay with the
guess.
Browns?
He probably likes it. He probably likes it there. It's probably
What
I
nice.
kind
mean,
of
probably
voodoo
he's
is
been
going
there his
on
whole
over there?
career, but I
Myles
mean-
Garrett resigned.
Well,
And
Garrett
Njoku.
regrets it, and he made that pretty well known. Like he's just like,
Well,
"Oh, what a
160
man."
million reasons not
your,
to
your
regret
own
it.
fault, stupid.
Yeah.
Someone else would have
Yeah.
paid just as much, if not close.
And Joker
Yeah.
probably regrets it too.
Oh, yeah, Adam.
Yeah, probably.
He will.
Yeah, it's a mess. It sucks. I had a lot of
Yeah.
shares on my contenders because he's been so good the past couple seasons.
I don't know. You made me
He's
pay
still
a
a good
second
player,
for him,
though.
and I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, appreciate you.
He's still a good player.
I mean, he's tight end 20. Who knows?
He's looked good in spurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think he's got it. I just don't want him in Cleveland anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
He's out of
Gabriel.
there after this season, right?
I hope so. Let me double check on contract stuff, but I hope so.
I mean, even if not, like they've got to trade him, right? He's still a valuable asset. You have to imagine.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Plenty
Fannin,
of
like,
teams would take him.
Fannin looks great. So
The Giants replace Theo.
the Broncos
Yeah.
replace Ingram.
Fun fact. We actually passed up on Njoku to take Evan Ingram. Same class, if you guys remember. Actually, did Njoku go first or did Evan Ingram go first? I can't remember now.
I don't know.
I think we
I
passed
feel
upon him.
like Ingram went first.
I think he
so-
did too.
He is a unrestricted free agent this year
Beautiful.
coming up, which they still have 24 million dead cap to pay
That's
him, but
crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
they voided 4 years out, so they're still going to pay him in 2029.
Jeez.
But yeah, he'll be somewhere else.
Did anybody bring up
it-
Hawkinson?
That was my next name, so yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I don't have where I had him ranked. Let me see. So I had him pretty high. I'm sure I'm not as high as you guys, I don't think. But
Yeah,
where did
I
you have
was
your
at
rankings up?
6. I was at 6.
Wow.
Yeah, he's at 14 now.
Oh, I had him at 6 too. So
Yeah.
yeah. Rough. Rough. Yeah, JJ McCarthy has not been great for the cast there.
I was going to say it's the whole offense is really the problem. It's just not. It's not working. I mean, if JJ can't get his points, then it feels like nobody else is going to, and that's kind of where we're at. I mean,
I don't see him on my list. Okay.
I told you that a couple weeks ago. That's how much you hate him, apparently.
No, he loves Hawk.
Not anymore.
I know.
No, I love people that score me points, to be honest.
Well, the interesting thing is
Mm-hmm.
McCarthy against Buffalo threw the ball like 40-something times. So it's going to be interesting to see if that continues and if he can get a little bit more efficient, because that's what it's gonna take for them to meet the bare minimum expectations across the board with JJ, Addison, and Hawk.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you said 40-some pass attempts. Hawkinson got 2 targets. So maybe it doesn't make you feel any better.
So
he got 8 yards,
5% target share. That's pretty good.
Yeah. 8 yards.
Jeez.
Fingers crossed that he starts to figure some things out, man. He looks really bad in experience.
I mean, he was raw coming out. I don't know.
Yeah.
This
is going to take time.
I'm just hoping that, we get maybe like a Bo Nix curve where he looked really bad in the beginning and got pretty good pretty fast.
I could see it. I mean, he's got the weapons and the offensive coordinator to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think, and I don't even think it's a case of him looking as bad as we've seen a lot of other prospects look in the beginning of their careers. It's just that he's looking this bad in Minnesota, where we just assumed, the weapons would carry him, at least in the beginning. So that's the part for me where I'm like, okay, maybe I should give him a little bit of grace. Maybe that's not floating him as much as we thought it would. And maybe it is a good time to buy him, right? Because it's not like he's been atrocious. He's just looked like a rookie.
He looked okay last week.
Yeah, he just looks like a rookie. So, maybe we just overvalued the situation a little bit.
Which is rightfully so. I mean, we all agreed it's probably the best quarterback coach in the league, one of the best offensive coordinators in the league, and arguably the best skill position group in the league.
Yeah.
And we're not seeing any of it come to fruition. So you could be right. This could be the perfect time to buy him, especially on a rebuild team. Take a shot, maybe move one of the bigger name guys and try to see if you can get that plus a couple good assets with it.
Yeah, because it's funny too. It's funny because like I've went to sell him in a number of leagues, not a number of leagues, but to a number of people in a specific league, and I keep getting the response back, I'm not a JJ McCarthy guy. And I'm like, what does that even mean? Like,
it means
but
not a believer.
We don't know that. We don't know that he sucks. I mean, you're telling me there's no situation where you're just willing to take the risk. What if I would have been like 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I'm not a JJ McCarthy guy, but I might do that.
Depending
on where the seconds are.
Yeah, don't be that guy in your league that just like knocks off players. I'm like, hey, any interest in JJ McCarthy? And you're like, no, none at all. Just don't want to even talk about it. Don't be that guy.
And we all have those guys though, so can't be too hard on it.
Yeah,
I mean, I might tell you, I don't love them, but what you
like.
I don't love them, but what do you got? That kind of thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I normally say.
Yeah, at least explore things, guys. I mean, I wasn't gonna let them go cheap anyways,
Absolutely.
but at least explore things. Be curious.
All right. Anybody else just looking at our list, I feel like we've hit everybody that we all had.
Hold
There's
on,
a lot
can
of
we
tight
just
end talk.
go back to what Chad just said about exploring things and being curious?
Depends on where you bring that.
Well, there's a time and place for everything, guys, and it's called college. So now let's move on.
Okay.
Just a little.
On that segment, that's been tight ends.
All right, guys, we're going to try something here. I spent my afternoon on YouTube taking auctioneer lessons.
What did you burn that you were cooking while you did this?
No, I made the soup. I posted the soup in the Discord. I made that earlier in the day.
What he was burning was a plant.
Somebody making soup?
Yeah. It was a slow day, so I was just supervising the floor while I did that.
Oh, good job.
I didn't really have a lot of chef
great
duties.
job. supervising.
Yeah, they were all laughing at me. All right. So this is contenders buy, and we're gonna buy contender buys, and you guys are gonna bid on these guys. We're gonna auction them off. So this is Chad. Please unmute yourself for this segment.
Like I don't want to.
Entirely going to depend on you guys actually bidding once I start this. Okay, so
Oh, we got to talk.
yeah, so you just
Oh.
have to say bid
I thought I was raising
when
my
you hear a
hand.
price that you like. You know?
Okay.
And I'm just gonna, like any auction, I'm gonna progressively go up, and then once I feel like I'm not getting more bids, I'm gonna say going once, going twice, and then sold to whoever.
So we're all a contender. The picks we're giving up are contender picks, and
Yes, exactly.
0.5 premium if we're talking tight ends.
And we'll just say for each one of these players that I bring up, this is kind of your load that you have to spend. So this is what you have to spend. This is the one player you can really acquire. After this, you're kind of done.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I wasn't
So we
listening
have to,
during
we
any
have
of
to
the
buy them,
explanation.
is what you're saying.
No, you don't have to buy him, but I'm saying like if you buy him, this is kind of all the capital that you have. After that, you're not
Gotcha.
able to go out and get another player after this.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
what I'm saying.
like do we have one first, one second, one third, one fourth, or what do you mean? We
Well,
get
maybe.
one player and
Depends
that's it.
No. There's no rules to
Let's just go. Just you got it.
You have
I
unlimited
don't know what
capital.
I'm doing, but I'm gonna bid like crazy.
Mike, you have unlimited capital, but I'm
Okay,
just
sweet.
saying bid as if you're only going after this player, for your team. And this, you're not going after another player.
He
after
doesn't
this.
know how to have unlimited capital.
I
He
gotcha.
trades all his
Yeah, I
capital.
trade all
When
my
in doubt,
capital
just
away to
bid.
win. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike
Yeah,
is what he's saying.
traded away to
I'm here to
Just
win.
bid
So
away.
you play. To
Man, I
win the
really
game.
danced around that little subject earlier that I almost said. That was tough. All right. Are we ready?
sure.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. Gentlemen, the first player to bid on the first lot is Chase Brown. Chase Brown, running back. We are going to start the bidding at 2/3. What do you give?
Yeah.
What do you
I'll
give?
pay 2/3,
2/3.
yep.
Anybody?
Yeah.
2/3. I got 2/3. What do you give? A second round pick.
Yeah,
Second round pick. What do you
Yes.
give? 2/3. Second round pick. What do you give? 2 seconds. 2 seconds. What do you
Yes.
give? 2 seconds. Chase Brown
Bid.
bid 2 seconds. What do you give? First. One first round pick. What do you give? What do you give? First round pick. What do you give? Anybody?
I mean,
Chase
what's
Brown.
the context?
First round pick.
Playoff,
Late
your
first round pick. What do you give? A late
Playoff
first round pick.
Late first, yes.
Yes.
Bid late first round pick. What do you give? What do you give? What do you give? A late first round pick and a third. Late first round pick and a third. What do you give? What do you give? Anybody? Chase Brown, late first round pick. Going once.
Yes.
Chad Mendoza. What do you give? What do you give? Late first round pick and a second.
No.
Anybody? What do you give? What do you give? Late round
Oh, wait,
first round
don't
pick and a second.
I
Our
forgot
first
not talking is how you don't bid.
First round pick and a third going once. First round pick and a third going twice. Sold to Chad Mendoza. Chase Brown for a first and a third.
You know
Man,
what's
that
funny?
guy
I've been
beat
to
it.
a lot of auctions, and for some reason in my head, I just was like, you know what? I need to tell the auctioneer I'm not bidding. Guys, no, I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore.
Oh, thank you for letting us know.
Out of everyone, I kind of assumed that you would know how this worked.
Yeah, I've been
I
to a
know,
lot
I've-
of auctions.
I've never been to a real
lot of
auction. Yeah,
auctions.
ever.
Yeah, I've never been to one.
I've been the one. It was as a state auction.
It's like how horse sales are. So like they have the
Oh, yeah,
auctioneer and
that's what I
everything.
assume, yeah.
So.
Were they as good as Jesse though?
Oh, they you can't even understand what they're saying. So
yeah.
I don't know if that's better or not. I imagine in like the auctioneer world, they're miles better, but I'm just gonna
Yes,
say
of
Jesse's
course.
But if
better.
you can't understand, like, how do you know they even like picked you or saw you when you, I don't know, put your thing up? Like,
They point at you and
They
you
point
like
at you,
yeah,
yeah.
they point at you and they have like an
And they have like these weird little gestures and shit.
yeah.
okay.
Like Jesse
Stuff.
done learned it all.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, look up
I did.
videos. If you've never seen like an auction before, look up like a horse sale auction.
A what?
And it's gonna be like a horse sale auction.
Okay.
Like
thanks.
it's pretty incredible. Like it'll get up to like $1
Austin
million.
got that. Thanks, Austin.
I got it too. This is a family show.
We're over an hour.
I love horses.
It'll get up to like $1 million, and like you'll start like they'll start just going like rambling. And you're like, I don't understand how people are spending this kind of money and just don't understand what's happening. Like it's
So have you ever bought
It's
a
too
horse at
much.
a horse auction?
yes, yeah.
Out of
brag
luck?
about it.
Out of luck, though? I mean,
What?
was it like one out of luck? Like, was it one of the slower speaking auctioneers or?
No. But we did bid online though, instead of like
Okay.
doing it. I mean, because you can do it in person, but now they're all high tech, so you can like just sit in your chair and do it online.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so
All right.
Chase
So
Brown.
first and a third for Chase Brown seems a little steep. I would never pay that.
Then buy him in Darlings, Chad. Jeez.
Well, I
I've
don't
been
have
trying
a
to
first in Darlings. Number one.
I've been trying to sell him
and-
for a playoff first. I can't get him.
Here's the context. If I was a very competitive team, like a very, very competitive team where I felt like I was a favorite to win and I needed a running back, let's say I had Amari and Hampton, right, where that situation's kind of getting sticky. Chase Brown's playoff schedule is very enticing.
And P. Ryan's
Just bring it up
hurt.
here.
Like he's gonna.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
understand. Like he's
And
been
Burrow's
crushing.
practicing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
And Burrow's
he's
coming
such a
back.
good
Like,
buy.
I mean, it's like his schedule from now until week 16 is Pittsburgh, New England, Baltimore, Buffalo, Baltimore, and Miami. It's very enticing.
New England's tough. They're really good against
Baltimore's
the run,
getting better now that they're getting healthy.
Yeah.
So
but still, I mean,
still, but Miami,
the
like
thing
for
with Brown
championship,
is-
like
the passing game is where he's gonna feast. So
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
excited.
what, like 2 weeks ago, he got like 19 targets or something?
yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, so I mean, the first feels great. I wouldn't
That
wanna
was
pay anything
that was
over it.
hyperbole, by the way. He didn't actually get 19
Yeah,
targets.
I
so.
know. Anything over a first feels like I'm just overpaying you for an asset that's worth a first.
Yeah,
But
I
you know,
agree.
sometimes you got to get a deal done, and
Yeah.
at the end of the day, as much as we praise thirds this segment, you know, it's not the end of the world to
No.
give a third to make a deal done.
no.
If a third
Agreed.
separates you from making a deal or not, and you're a competitor trying to win a championship, you probably shouldn't make the deal.
Yeah.
Is the way
I
I see
agree.
it.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
All right, auctioneer, what do we have next?
Well, I want to make an offer to Mike.
Well, sorry,
Uh,
sir, your duties are elsewhere currently.
Yeah.
Mike,
and
do
I
you
said
consider-
it was hyperbole. He actually had 14 targets, so not too far off of 19.
No, you're not too far off.
Jeez.
Mike, do you consider Justin Fields?
No.
Would you consider Justin Fields? For
No.
And a first, maybe.
And,
And
a
a
first and a
first, you're
third,
fine.
yeah.
Justin's like, Mike,
Third.
how do
Actually,
you feel
make it a
about
second if you're gonna throw Fields in there. First and a second.
Mike? How do you feel about chips?
He's got some loaded ones. He told us earlier.
All dressed. They're so
Yes, he does.
delicious.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Second lot is Matthew Stafford. We're going to start the bidding at a third round pick. What do you give? What do you give?
Bid.
A third round pick.
Bid.
Bid. What do you give? 2 third round picks for
Bid.
Matthew Stafford. What do you give? Bid. What do you give? What do you give? A second round pick.
Bid.
Late
Bid.
second round pick for Stafford.
Bid.
What do you give? What do you give? A mid. What do you give? A
Bid.
high second round pick. What do you
Bid.
give? A high second. Bid.
What
Bid.
do you mean?
What do you give?
High second, like early second?
Like early
Early second. What do you give? What do you give? Early second and a third. What do you give? Matthew Stafford. What do you give? What do you give? Early second and a third. Anybody? Going once.
Pip.
Going twice. We're at early second. Mike Casper.
Yeah, I already
What do
had
you give?
early second, so I almost bid again.
Second and a third. What do you give? Going 1 second. Going twice. Early second. Sold to Mike Casper. Matthew Stafford for an early second.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Early,
I'd give 2 late seconds.
I'd do one early if I had to. I just wouldn't get near first. Everyone's been asking a first.
That's
that
getting
has
near a
him.
first, in case you were wondering.
It is really close to a first. The second is really close.
No, that
Well, I
early
guess it-
second,
I
that
guess
is near a first.
There's what you
Yeah.
call early.
Like by definition.
201,
Yeah.
202, 203, 204.
Three
such
and
a little
earlier.
value tick that it takes for that player to turn into a first, like Ladd and Dart were going in that range. You know what I mean?
Buka was going in that range.
Penix. I mean, also it could tick the other way with like Golden is not worth a first, you know?
I'd probably have to be a pretty high contender that's pretty desperate at QB. Because I mean,
Hey, it's still
I-
early days for Golden. It's not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's true, but he's not worth a first currently.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I would pay 2 seconds but they would both be contender seconds. Like I would give my 26 and 28 second kind of thing. It's kind of where I would be. That'd be my max value.
Yeah,
And
so
I still
I
don't
sold
love
him.
that.
I sold him last week for 1 contender second.
Yeah, I think that's more the price point. Maybe a third with it or a dart throw with it.
I
I
made
got
think
the
a third
offer
is
and
probably something
took
you could
it.
do.
I made a trade with our boy Nath to get Stafford in the league where I had lost Jaden Daniels and McCarthy's been doo-doo cheeks, and it was a 27 second. And I was like, yeah.
Well, that's a start to quarterback league too.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You really did good
I
there.
really needed it. So, but he was wanting a first, and I was like, I can't do a first. Like, there's no way.
What'd you pay?
Just a
27 second, just one.
Okay.
So,
no issues there. I mean, he's a great buy.
yeah,
If you need a quarterback, he's just been so good this year.
If there was some kind of
He is a
stability
great-
beyond this year, he could easily go up. But there's just not. It's crazy though, considering like how well he's doing. Because I was scared. Like I wanted to really like him, but then the back stuff in the preseason, I was like, oh my gosh, like no, I can't touch him. And now he's
that was scary.
he's already got more
And-
touchdowns after this last week than he did all of the year before, which is crazy.
And the last 2 seasons, they were a power running team, and now they're just this passing team.
well, they
I mean,
realized
maybe
their
they
running backs
Davante
aren't
Adams
good.
and Puka, like
Yeah,
makes it
maybe they
pretty-
told you that by signing Davante
Yeah,
Adams. But
yeah.
I don't know. The more I look at NFL offenses, like the good ones, like the Rams and the Eagles, the more I think they're just messing with it. I think they're just,
Sorry.
That's hilarious. I'm glad Chad wasn't listening.
you guys are all haters.
10,
I think they're
10
just messing
points
with
is a
the
good
analytics.
offense.
Oh, Michael, don't.
But let's
Your
not
team
get down
hasn't-
this.
your
We had
team
a
hasn't-
good
we
time.
already talked about the
team
Giants
hasn't
for
won
15
anything
minutes.
since you were
We talked about the
child.
Giants for way
You're
too
just
long
salty because we
already.
beat
Let's
you,
not
Yeah,
but
do this,
continue,
guys.
Jesse. Yeah.
Michael, your team hasn't won anything since you were a child.
Okay.
Okay, you were talking.
Mike, why'd you do
You were
this?
talking about the reigning Super Bowl champions,
I
right.
don't know why you're bringing
the
up
absolute
last
most
year's stuff.
unstoppable offense in the NFL last
Austin,
year.
you're egging
La-
us on.
Last
Just-
year.
He's
Gosh.
talking about last year's stuff
I
about this
know.
year's.
I was
offense.
making a point that I completely forgot because every time I bring up the best team in the NFL, y'all just have to hate. So, whatever.
Can somebody write down this time so we can edit this out?
Well, we're talking about the Rams, the best team in the NFL.
Yeah,
Oh,
he is.
That's what we're bringing up.
Or the Seahawks. One of them. I'm not sure which one.
They got destroyed in the playoffs last year. If you guys don't remember that.
Last year. Oh,
I don't. I don't
The
remember
Rams?
last year.
No,
at
they
all, to
almost
be
beat
honest.
you as
You
far
should.
as I
You should remember last year.
do you remember the
Auctioneer,
snow
what do we have next?
in your pants when Stafford was thrown?
I also like Darnold as a buy.
Yeah,
Um,
Absolutely.
I just kinda
He's
wanna
more
throw that
expensive
out
though.
there.
He's
not on
he's
the
definitely a
list.
first though.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably a first and a
It's prob-
second.
yeah,
Right?
at
Yeah.
least a first and a second.
Yeah. As good as he's been, honestly, as long as it's been now, it feels pretty secure.
The only thing that sucks about him is that their defense has been so good that he doesn't have to throw in the second half.
Yeah, but he's still scoring decently enough to feel really good as a QB2.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm very happy with Darnold. All right, I just had to shake that off. I had to bring somebody up. Shake that off.
Good job.
Proud of you.
All right, gentlemen, the next lot up is Travis Kelce in a 0.5 tight end premium league. We're going to start the bidding at 2/3. Can I give? What do you give? What do you give? 2/3.
Bid.
Travis Kelce.
Yep,
Anybody
bid.
bid? What do you give? Late second. Travis Kelce. What do you give?
Bid.
Late second.
Bid. Yeah.
Bid. What do you give? 2 seconds. 2 late seconds. What do you give? What do you give? 2 late seconds. Travis Kelce. What do you give? 2 late seconds. Travis Kelce. Anybody? All right, we are at 1 second. Austin? Going once.
What about
Anybody?
a
2
mid-second?
seconds. Going twice. All right, we've got mid-second. Mike Casper. Anybody? What do you give? What do you give? 2 seconds. What do you give? A high second. Travis Kelce. What do you give? What do you give? A high second. Travis Kelce. What do you give? What do you give? A second and a third. Mid-second and a third. Travis Kelce. What do you give? What do you give? All right, going once. Mid-second to Mike Casper. Going twice. Mid-second to Mike Casper. Sold. Mid-second to Mike Casper. Travis Kelce.
I
think that's
cannot
fair.
resist them old players.
Nope.
Just can't do it.
I think it's fair. I think he's worth a little more than that.
We're talking about contenders.
Wow.
Like
because he's playing really well, and I just think I trust him.
Yeah, I guess.
Out of players in that range, I mean, for your second, I also sold Goddard for a second. Would you rather have Goddard or Kelce?
Either.
They're playing some
Really?
they're playing some really tough defenses coming down the stretch here. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Kelce. At least I feel better about the offense.
Kelsey
Goddard's
always
been playing
destroys
tough
the
defenses
Broncos.
all year, and actually that plays in Goddard's favor because that's when
I was talking about.
Yeah.
I was talking about the Chiefs.
Oh, the Chiefs. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not buying. I'm not buying Kelce for a second. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah, it feels like the last year. I mean, if it's week 15 and my tight end gets hurt, please don't happen. Sure, at that point, if Kelsey's my only option, that's what you do to win a championship. But right now,
If you just lost Tucker Kraft and you're reeling, you're starting Mason Taylor, hoping Bretton Strange comes back.
Yeah,
Shit.
I mean, you're telling
Who
me
you
it's a
trading for?
mid-second too at this point. Like,
Yeah.
I just
You're telling me
did it.
there's
I
no
felt
other
damn good
player out
about it.
there that you can get for a second that can contribute to your roster for in future years. Like I just don't. I mean,
You'd
Travis
rather-
Kelce is the epitome of a dead asset. You're like,
yeah.
I mean,
So Juwan
Stafford's
Johnson, you'd
pretty
rather
close
have-
too.
Yeah.
but
I mean, maybe though, but maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, Stafford could have another year in him, and Stafford's an elite quarterback. Like it's just more likely that the fall off is going to be more gradual. Tight end is just one of the. I mean, any skill position like wide receiver, tight end, it's just so volume dependent based on scheme. Like quarterback has the ball in their hands, every play. So it's just safer for me.
I mean, I could
just
fall off at any moment if they go back to the running game.
what
You
you
really could.
What are you talking
Stafford.
about? Stafford?
For Stafford. Yeah, the elite
I mean, but
production.
what's a fall
Absolutely
off?
could.
Because he's like a top 5 quarterback at this point. Like a
Yeah,
mid-range
what was
quarterback
he
is
last
still a
year?
second is worth that, right? Like it's not like.
Yeah.
I mean, for him not to be worth it, production wise, he would have to really, really, really fall off. Whereas like Travis Kelce, we've seen like him not look like the same player. It's just kind of getting forced at this point. He's had some splash plays. I don't see it. I don't see it continuing in next season. I just don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean,
I agree.
Stafford could. I expect Stafford to retire in the offseason, basically. Like if I'm trading for him, that's what I expect to happen.
I expect
Yeah,
the same
that's
thing
fair.
for Kelsey.
Yeah.
Right. Both expiring assets. I'm looking up Kelce right now because I think his numbers are worth it. Who else, if you need a tight end, who would you rather? Juwan Johnson, or would you rather have him than Kelce?
For the price, probably. I'm getting a third.
He's tight end
I'm paying a
5
third.
right now.
Yeah.
He's putting up good numbers. Let's see. Consistently every week. He's had 1 week under 10 points.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the same thing for me. Like
He just had
the
6 for 99 and
jump
a
for paying
touchdown 2 weeks ago.
the jump for paying a second for Stafford is so much more appealing because of the amount of points he's giving you week in and week out. Kelce, like, is ranked high, but it's just
But that's
at tight
not-
end 5. It's not a huge difference between.
But that's not the argument. The argument is if you need a tight end, you're not trading
No,
for
but
Stafford.
what I'm saying is when I said I wouldn't pay it for Kelce, somebody said, well, that's Stafford's price too.
Yeah,
So
but we've moved on from
I'm
that.
just giving a rebuttal for that. So as far as Kelce goes, it's just not a big enough point difference for me on my roster.
We've moved on, but we've moved on to what tight end are you getting? You need a tight end.
I'd rather pay less for Schultz, and I think you're going to get similar production.
Gross.
I mean, you say gross, he's tied in, 8, 7 on the season?
I'd rather have the guy that I know is good.
But he wasn't last year, so we don't know that he's going to be good the remainder of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just confident that he's having a
could
good
be.
year. He's
Yeah.
Kelce.
He could be.
I think this is his fire tour. This is his last year. They're giving him the ball.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean,
And for my contender second, I don't care.
Well, that wasn't the price we said, but
He's-
Okay, so for a mid second, I still don't care.
he's had 2 spike weeks. Other than that, you're getting 10, 13 points. I can find a crap ton of players that are going to give you 2 points less that are going to be cheaper and give you future production.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'd pay my late second. That's all I'm giving. It's like I'm a top 3 team in the league. I'll pay that. That's it.
I just did that in a league. It's not a premium league. It's just a PPR. Have to start a tight end league. And as soon as I did it, someone was like, damn, I would have paid way more.
Well, trade him for way more and then go get somebody else.
I'm in first place. I'm not trading anything.
All right, what you got for me, auctioneer?
All right. All right, gentlemen. Next up our lot is DeVonta Smith, the Slim Reaper. We're going to start at 2 seconds for Slim Reaper. What do you give? 2 seconds. Bid. What do you give? A high second. DeVonta Smith.
Bid.
What do you give? A high second. Bid. What do you give? A high second and a third. What do you give? A high second and a third. Bid. What do you give? A first late first round.
Bid.
What do you bid? First and a second. What do you bid? Maybe a first and a late second, late first and a late second. What do you bid? What do you give? What do you give?
Bid.
Anybody? No?
Yep.
Bid.
Mike.
Oh, bid. Sorry. What do you bid? 2 firsts, Mike. 2 firsts. What do you bid? 2 firsts. Going once, first and a second. Going twice, first and a second. Going
First and late second.
All right.
So.
Sold. Mike Casper, late first, late second. Man, it takes a lot of stamina to do this.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
It's really hard. I have a lot of respect for the guys that actually do this now.
Jesse's going to pass out at his desk.
I feel like I'm gonna. Wow, he went for a lot more than I thought he would.
I'd have paid a first and a really small piece.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. I'm probably at a first actually, but yeah, a first and
some people
maybe
always
somebody can squeeze.
More.
Yeah,
that's kind of why I say that.
Yeah.
Do you not agree that that's a really nice thing to buy as a contender?
I don't know. That's my problem.
I don't think he's the best contending piece, but I really like it for the future. I'm not gonna lie.
I just like that I get, a young player for a late first that is actually producing.
I mean, that's fair. As for a dynasty aspect, absolutely. It's a good decision if you need a receiver, sending a first for him because he's going to give you more than just a year or two production. But for winning, I don't know how great I feel about him being a mandatory start every week.
Let's compare him. Too, yeah. Let's compare him to other players in that range. Like, would you rather have him or Addison?
Oh, God. I'd much rather have Addison, but if I'm trying to win, that might not be the same discussion. It's kind of what we went back with J.J. McCarthy. I don't know. I mean, if their offense can be decent, I'd much rather have Addison. But
these are both players that I've traded for a late first in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, it's just since JJ's come in, like it's kind of thrown everything up in the air again. But I agree. Before JJ stepped back in, I would have taken Addison.
What about Zay Flowers?
Smith. I think they're both the same, and I think Smith's a better player. So,
yeah, I have them about the same as well. I have Addison about the same. I mean, I think DeVonta Smith is a better player than all of them. It's just the situation that he's in is difficult.
Well, I mean, and the fact that Addison is much younger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was what was appealing for me.
How old is DeVonta Smith now?
26?
26, going on 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, he's 27. He is 27. Oh,
sorry.
No. Yeah, he is 27, actually.
Mike's part of the cult. Did you watch the South Park, Mike?
No, I have kids.
Okay. All right, that's a satanic cult. But anyway, we're going on. We're moving on.
Yeah, so it's 4 years
Addison's
with Addison.
Yeah, Addison's 4 years younger, so
that's so crazy.
Yeah, it'd probably take Addison, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I would take Smith over Zay Flowers. But they're completely dead even for me.
I know it's related, but not. But would you rather have Pearsall on a late second or Addison?
Pearsall on a late second. I still believe in him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's practicing again finally.
I know. Yeah, that's why I rejected it this week, but because I had that offer when I was.
That's a coin flip for me.
Yeah,
I know.
Dead even currently.
I know. Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't crazy.
I think Pearsall has a chance to be the number one in that offense.
Well, yeah.
Whereas I don't think Addison will ever have that chance. And if I'm getting an asset on top of it, that kind of seals it.
It's fair. We've just seen a lot more from Addison. That's the question mark.
True.
Yeah, he's
We've
much more.
seen
Pearsall
great
can't stay
production.
healthy.
Okay,
Not just getting shot. I mean, come
gun
on. He's
shot.
missed the
That's
whole
one
season.
injury.
He's missed this
Yeah,
whole
that's
season.
one-
Like it was something else during training camp, and now it's this. And
I mean, I've never been shot, so
me neither, believe it or not.
Mike,
Keep
have you been
going.
shot at?
No.
Keep going.
No.
Jesse, go to the next name, please.
I'm just saying I must be doing something right.
Okay. No, I ran out of steam on the auction thing. I will go to the next name though. It's
Okay.
just Davante Adams.
Davante Adams. We got Davante Adams for a second. Late second.
Bid.
Davante Adams. Early second. Davante Adams. Early second. Davante Adams. Wide receiver 5. Davante Adams. Early second.
No, Mr. Auctioneer, I would not like to bid.
Shut
as Chad
up.
says.
Say bid. All right. Mid second. Davante Adams. We're talking 4 to 6 here, folks. Okay, we
Bid.
got a mid second to Mr. Schneeman. So we're gonna go back up to a mid second and a late third. Mid second, late third for Davante Adams, wide receiver 5, gentlemen, on the season.
I just want this to
Davante
stop.
Adams going once, going twice. Sold to Jesse Schneeman for
I got a
mid
player.
first, second. I almost said first.
I was like, dang, did we get to
Yeah, sucker. Yeah, mid second.
Michael, thank you so much for picking up the slack.
Yeah,
That
you're
was awesome.
welcome. I don't know how I did that. I kind of blacked out for a second, but we're good.
You're the best. I think you just got possessed by a dead auctioneer.
Oh, mid
right,
second.
he is in Texas, so there's plenty of those.
As long as Davante Adams is playing and not actually playing and not hurt, I think a mid second is
I think that's more
a
than
great
fair.
buy.
I know.
As
I feel
another
like,
guy
I feel
that
like
could
I'm the
expect-
buy old guys. I would have probably paid
duh.
an early second for him.
You don't have to feel it. You are the buy old.
You
I
are
know.
the buy old
Look,
guy.
I'm just old at heart. Okay, that's why I don't buy any Kelce
Well, it's
because I
not
have
even
them all.
that hard at this point. You just had a birthday, sir.
I did. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Pushing 40.
I mean, I'd definitely pay a second and a little piece, like my contender second and a little piece.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting into those picks that are borderline playoff or not. Not yet, at least. And maybe, like I said, week 15, things change.
If I'm a
but
borderline playoff team, yeah, I'm not doing it. But
Yeah.
if I have a borderline playoff team's second, I would do it.
If he's
well, that's what I was
keeping it up,
saying. Is somebody else's second? I'm not doing that yet.
He keeps it up though. He's a
I
league
think-
winner, man.
Yeah. I
and if
think
he gets
is.
hurt, then he's not worth anything.
Okay. Risk it
So
for the
let
biscuit.
me wait until week 15 to make or 14 to make this decision.
Not if you got
Yeah,
Mike
but you
there.
might
Mike's
not.
going to come in and get him before week 15.
Yeah, exactly. He's
Well, you
probably-
already
he's
have
likely
him. Is the
gone.
difference.
Yeah,
No, I
he's
did
likely gone.
I did trade one away, which has turned I didn't want it to be a contender into a really good contender now. So I'm like, gosh, I don't even know what I'm doing there. It's my most
I
confusing.
feel like
thing.
it's
about
pretty-
Devontae.
I feel like that's
know,
a pretty
right?
hot buy right now. You're not going to be able to get him week 14.
I mean, there's going to be plenty of teams that think they still have a chance in the playoffs and then realize they don't. That's what I mean. There's tons of teams right now that are in 9th, but only 2 games behind, or in 4th and only 2 games ahead. And come week 14, they're not in the playoffs. So that's what I'm
Maybe.
saying.
Assess your league. Just don't wait too
Well,
long.
of course.
about that.
I mean, there's always nuance, but yes.
I don't know, Mike. We might have
Nope.
to work something out on
You're
Chase
so-
Brown.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? I was like, he's sold for the second, man. Can't take it back.
We'll talk afterwards. I have like some young players that might, like, we might be able
Like-
to
And
put a
Phil,
package together.
Like Fields.
No. I do have 2 if you're interested. All right. On that note, we're in overtime. Did you guys watch anything good this week?
I have started watching Stranger Things with my son. So
this the first time?
first time he's watched it, yeah. So I've watched the whole thing. So it's a rewatch for me, but man, I love rewatching it. So he was
Yeah, it's
really
such a good
by
show.
the way, he was really pissed that I was podcasting tonight because we were gonna watch the finale of season 2. Almost made him
Oh.
cry, so it's your guys' fault.
Oh.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
really
I'm sorry,
pissed.
guy.
because he's got to wait
sorry.
until all the sisters go to bed because they don't want to watch, but they're like drawn
Yeah.
to it, and I'm like, you're gonna get freaked out, so please stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like especially as we get to like season
Well,
4,
see,
like
three's worse for me.
three's pretty bad too. Yeah,
Three
so
freaky. Like I honestly don't. Man, it's one of my favorite shows ever, but
Yeah.
season 3 is a little nasty for me even sometimes.
Lucas is his name, right?
yeah,
Well, that's
so-
one
Sorry,
of them,
Lucas.
yeah.
Sorry, Lucas.
Yeah,
Thank you for
it's your fault, but no, he's excited. I told him I'm gonna make it up to him because like Target has a crap ton of Stranger Things like snacks
Mhm.
and stuff
Really
like
cool
that.
stuff, too.
So we're gonna buy a whole bunch of snacks and we're gonna save some of it for
Nice.
the season 5 release when we get there. But we'll snack when we watch it and stuff. It's been good father son bonding time. So I've
It's
never
only 12
bonded.
days away.
I know I've never bonded over a show with him, so I'm kind of excited about it. So
Yeah.
it's fun. Chad, you're muted.
Chad.
I bought my wife the Doritos, the Stranger Things Doritos, so that when
The
it,
mixed
you know-
ones,
yeah, the mixed ones.
are they
So-
good?
Is it a different
I was
flavor?
gonna get those.
she hasn't eaten them yet. We're saving them for the finale or whatever.
Yeah, it's mixed
or
flavors.
not the finale,
yeah.
the new season.
The release, yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
Hmm.
I better go get this. You know what? I better.
We bought all kinds of stuff from it. It's me and Hannah's one of our favorite shows, so she's got all kinds of decor and memorabilia stuff from it.
Sweet.
I'm
Let's
trying to
see.
think of what I watched. There was
put
something
stuff
I
on
wanted
the
to bring
show
up
sheet.
and I forgot. So, I guess it
Oh,
wasn't that good.
Frankenstein. We watched the new Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein movie.
Hmm.
They're good?
Excellent. Oh, so good. It's I'm not gonna I'm not gonna pretend that I watched this or that I read this book. My wife read it and she says it's very close to the book. But I really liked it. I thought it was very well done the way it was told. Just how scary he is and just how deep it goes. I thought it was just excellent. Really, really well done. My wife didn't like the effects, but I thought they were fine.
What's wrong with the effects?
She thought that the monster like looked fake, and I was like,
Mm.
"Well, he's a monster." So
Frankenstein should look a little fake too.
yeah,
I
and we
don't
don't.
too
Well,
real.
I mean, he wasn't green with bolts in his neck or anything.
Ah, see, he's got to be green with bolts in his neck.
He was not. And the guy that played Dr. Frankenstein was I forget his name now, but he was in Andor. What was the movie? The one actually good, Rogue One.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right.
a good one.
Yeah. What's that actor?
His name is
Diego Luna?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not him. No, it's definitely not him. It was somebody else.
Diego Luna was the main guy in Rogue One.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
not the
think
guy in
of.
Frankenstein. That's not the guy in Frankenstein.
Ben Mendelsohn?
We'll look it up.
It's because he's not
I'm like,
Latino. You're like, that rules him out.
No, it's just my wife said his name. No, Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac. I
Yeah,
don't know.
he was
who-
definitely in some Star Wars.
He's in the
thing.
new Star Wars movies, not Rogue One.
Yeah, Oscar. Yeah,
He
That's
was
what
in
I meant.
episode 7, 8, and 9. Yeah. He played Poe Dameron.
Okay.
Jeez, Jesse, you sound like my wife talking Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't like any of the Star Wars after the first 3.
That is definitely an old man take.
It really is.
That comes straight from somebody with gray hair.
All right, Jar Jar Binks. What do you got for me?
Jar Jar Binks is awesome.
Oh God,
He is awesome.
But I was a kid. I mean, that's why he's awesome.
he was. So
I can't
bad.
remember what we watched. It was something good, so I'll get back to you. It was good. I remember thinking I was going to bring it up for the show, but I forgot. I did watch Cape Fear. You told me to watch it. Last week you told me to watch it.
Oh, was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
Did you like
It's
it?
pretty crazy, to be honest. But yeah, it was good. We watched
Yeah,
The
it
Usual
is pretty crazy.
Suspects as well. That was good.
Oh,
That's the first
was
time I've
that your
ever seen
first
it.
time?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh man, you're so
Well,
lucky.
I'm not even sure I was born when it came out, so that might be why.
Yeah, that is an older one, and you have to deal with the Kevin Spacey shame of it all, but it's excellent. It's really, really. I love Benicio del
Sorry.
Toro
I
in
was
that
3.
movie.
Sorry. Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, great movie.
I think that's what it was, actually. Yeah, that was a really good one. We've been watching a lot of plot twist movies.
I only watch intellectual films. So
Oh God.
I saw Thunderbolts, and it was really good.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
Really? You liked
Jesse
it?
hated that. I liked it too.
I liked it.
I haven't,
Yeah,
I
I thought
haven't
it was
rewatched it though. I need to watch it again. I watched it in
We saw that in
theaters.
the theater.
It was fun. It was a
Yeah, I
fun
enjoyed it.
movie.
That was the last superhero movie I'm ever going to get my wife to watch. She hated it so much.
I just watched it because the dude from Stranger Things was in it, and he was freaking awesome in it.
Yeah,
thought
it
he was-
was.
he was
It was
hilarious.
hilarious.
He was really
Yeah.
good.
All right. Sure.
He was. David Harbour was hilarious.
David
in
Harbour
it.
is
Yeah.
great in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Some movies are just, they're supposed to be lighthearted
He's like
fun,
you,
not taken
Jesse,
too
too.
seriously.
Like, how did you not relate to him?
He's like me.
Yeah,
That is a
big,
good point.
Big guy, gray hair, old.
that
like
could
all
describe
pretty
so many
much
people.
just like you. Just like you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I hate you so much. This has been the front office.
welcome to the
Thanks.
front office. The lights are low, the boards are lit, and the dynasty clock is ticking. From the heart of the startup draft to the championship throne, one crew rules the long game. Give it up for the undisputed architects of empire. Dynasty front office. Sycamore. Time for. Let's build. In the war room where the drafts ignite, Jesse Schneeman steps up to the mic. Horse with the vision, sharp as attack, building empires from the starter pack. From trade bangers weekly, he breaks them down fine. Oh, flip a dump, Jesse's got the line. Dynasty fever in his veins, he proclaims. With Brown Ford chatting, but here he runs the games. Dynasty front office stacking the squad. Jesse, Austin, Chad, Mike, giving the nod. Rookie Mox running back, ranks quarterback, runs in the night. Trade philosophy flowing, we own the fight. From locker room talk to fantasy streets, professors' wisdom, Mendoza's heat. Championship blueprints, long-term we scheme. Front office forever, living the dream. Into Austin Bell, new blood in the fray. Co-host supreme, lighting up the play. Dynamic debater with strategies bold. Youth versus vets, he's got stories untold. Knocking startups, planting flags on the rookies by low whispers. When the market gets cookie, from waiver wire wins to installation calls. Austin's got the vision breaking through the wall. Chad Mendoza drops knowledge like a screen pass pop. Trade talk sizzling, he don't ever stop. Analyzing assets from tank to all in swing. Sell high candidates to make the trade bell ring. Group chat heater with philosophies deep. Navigating the minefield where big dogs leap. Roster reshape for the long haul ahead. Chance to Mendoza making rivals see red. Professor Mike Casper, the brain of the show. Wisdom distilled where the deep dive flow. Top-notch coverage, player values he weighs. From trade room wars to championship days. Ohio State backs, he maps every route. Texas talents, Casper's got the scout. Locked onto the margins, flip moves with finesse. Mike's the professor, schooling the rest. Together they mock 2 rounds or more. Preseason rankings settle in the score. Technical glitches, they push right on through. Making the world better for me and you. Dynasty front office, the brand that's known from year one builds to the dynasty throne. No lobster. Dynasty crew.
Thanks for listening. Now go make someone overpay.